But yeah,
I don't like
what else? What else happens? There's a lot of content to fish out here. What else?
there's so much.
What
There's
else
that
gets on in that
whole
movie?
like fucking
Remember the
uh
Ghostbusters bit?
the Ghostbusters
I think
bit.
they
I
were saying it
don't.
was like a Ghostbusters parody where like the plot holes are coming down to Earth and it's like this
Oh
long
yeah,
montage,
yeah. I know what you're talking
like the
about now.
ghosts coming out in Ghostbusters, and it just goes on and on for like it's another like 4 minute scene with the worst special effects you've ever seen.
I liked the part where they were singing.
Yeah, that scene's okay. They're doing like they're serving like Shrek 2.
Yeah, they're
Um,
serving Shrek 2 there.
uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, that scene was and it was all bad. Yeah, I don't know. I think like the other movies are also very bad, to be clear. This is not a case of like they had like a cute thing going on and then like they got too close to the sun. It's like they were all like even worse than you'd expect for like 2010 internet critic fan movies. But like this one really does take it to a new level. It's really impressively bad.
It's
Um,
so
I know
like
my like
I repressed many memories of it.
uh-huh. Like my boyfriend watched the movie with us. Um and he's like a film guy, and he
Yeah.
was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Like he had no frame of reference for any of like the nostalgia critic stuff or like the channel awesome stuff, and he's like, this is like offensively bad. And there's a lot of text in the movie. Like it's like 50% like a movie that is angry about the idea of like being about something, and also like the most self like masturbatory pretentious shit of all time about like how epic and meaningful it is to be like a YouTube media critic in the year 2012.
Yeah.
Um,
The movie was very concerned about like SOPA.
it was very cause that's true. There were like there's like 11 subplots going on. There's like quips about like the writers' strike. There's like whole bits
That part
about
was weird. I didn't like that.
oh yeah, they had like a Hollywood
Okay.
writer. They're trying to get the cinema snob to become a Hollywood producer or whatever, and
Yeah.
they got like a writer chained up in a closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't like that part.
And then like there's a bit where like this like Phalis has like a red shirt on, and they're doing like a Star Trek bit because he keeps dying.
Yeah.
Like Phalis dies like 50 times, and it's never funny.
It turns into like fucking South Park because he just randomly
He
dies.
just randomly dies over and over again.
Yeah. It's really funny. I was lolling really
It
hard.
was a little lame.
Yeah, I was literally waffling.
Yeah, I was raffle mowing for sure.
Yeah. It
I
was
think
terrible.
the
I mean,
two
sorry,
jokes
I almost said terrible. I meant it was epic.
we agreed are good is the scene where like it panned over and then they've turned Todd in the Shadows into RoboCop.
Yeah,
That was
to be
funny.
clear, the reason why that scene is funny is because no one was suspecting. It was built upon this thing where Mecha Linkara was clearly a robot because he spoke in like a robot voice,
Yeah,
but no one was suspecting anything, and he was like obviously evil.
yeah.
And then he turned Lindsay Ellis into a robot. She had like the fucking like Borg thing on her face,
Yeah.
and still no one suspected anything, even though it was like even more obvious with her that she was a robot.
Uh-huh.
And then they're talking to them, and they're like, is it true that there's some sort of mutiny going on here? And Linkara's like, no, and Lindsay Ellis is like, no, and then it pans over to Todd in the Shadows, who they've corrupted, and
And
he's
he's just like
RoboCop.
wearing a full RoboCop outfit.
And he's like, no, and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's like increasingly, absurd that they wouldn't realize that's the joke.
It's not
okay.
that good. When you explain it, it doesn't sound that funny, but like
Doesn't
in
sound that
in a
funny,
movie
but
that
in
like
a movie
all the
that's-
jokes are references, and they're like also like the most wordy possible references, and like
Yeah.
tedious and insulting to your intelligence and to the original.
Yeah.
Just
This
to, like
one-
just like a good visual gag is like really it was very welcome.
Yeah. The other best joke was at the very end of the movie.
Oh yeah, and the nostalgia critic
Um,
appears as like a force ghost.
Yeah. I
Next to
forget
the
what
guy
he's
who they-
looking at them, but
He's next to the guy they
nostalgia-
had playing like as their Obi-Wan for their
Yeah, but
stupid
who was
parody.
looking at them? I don't remember who
I
was
think it
looking
was
at them.
like I don't. It was
Film Brain.
It might have been Film Brain, who we don't like.
I
We're
hate
not
Film Brain.
fans. What?
Oh, just shoot them out. Yes, you can.
Okay.
You gotta
But then
get in
they show up and then they have like Hayden, like just a JPEG of Hayden Christensen
Yeah.
pop up on the side.
It's alright. That's alright.
That was a good joke. Jared liked that one, and he felt really upset that like he liked any of the jokes in the movie. So
to be fair, it took them 3.5 hours to get
for
a
one
joke
good joke
that made us be like, "Ha."
like a sensible chuckle, like, it's like a, it was just a reference to, was the worst part. It's just like a joke
it's just
about
a reference, but like seeing JP Hayden Christensen there, like, I don't know, I like that.
That was funny, yeah.
I thought I'd rather be watching fucking any Star Wars movie than this shit.
Yeah, we were saying multiple times, like, I wish I was watching Rise of Skywalker right now.
Yeah. Because we watched that as a group, and I
You
did
wanted
not
to
like
die.
it.
I
wanted
like,
to die.
I don't like that movie. It's awful, but I really don't. It's not a movie that makes me want to die. I mostly am just
so
like,
fucking stupid.
It's very dumb, but I'm kind of enchanted by it. Where's this fucking witch robot? Where are you?
Where are you, bitch?
There you are.
There they are.
Die.
I don't know. I've reached a point where throw out the whole sequel trilogy. Just throw it all out. I don't care about it. Not even the good parts.
That's fair. I don't.
Just get rid of it.
Just get out of here. I do not like the sequel trilogy very much.
I like the prequel trilogy. I've said this many times in call. We've discussed this endlessly. The prequels had like a fucking goal from the start.
Yeah, and the sequel was like they were very much just like figuring it out on the fly.
Yeah, and it doesn't help when you have one director fighting the other director.
Yeah.
Going back and forth, which leads to just bad.
Like Disney clearly because he's clearly like people got so mad about this movie that we're gonna hire on the first guy to like undo the second movie, and then he spends the entirety of like a 4-hour movie just like undoing the previous one.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been better if they just kept JJ on for all three of them.
Oh yeah, like I really am a big fan of The Last Jedi, and I wish they just had JJ on for all three, because then like the third movie could have just been.
It could have been a movie and not like just
like
trying to
I would have rather
undo everything.
I would have rather it been derivative, like all the way through, than be like have an idea at one point and then be like, no, actually.
No, we're not gonna do that. Actually,
sorry, I got mad about it. We're mad about it.
We got mad. Anyway, now that we're done with the Nostalgia Critic movies, the next thing I think we're gonna group watch is Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, you guys thought we were gonna say like, oh god.
No, we were gonna say something stupid like Dream's music video.
We've already watched that together.
We've already watched it.
We've actually, I think I've group watched Mask a couple times.
What the fuck? Why?
Okay,
so
I'm gonna
these guys
go and
up.
fucking like Courage the Cowardly Dog on my ass.
Booga, booga, booga!
I'm gonna.
I love Courage.
I'm going
It's
Courage
funny.
the Cowardly Dog mode. I'm so mad. Just give me the rings. What?
What? What? Get the witch, get the witch, get the witch. Alright, now just take it slow. Thank you.
They just did it on their own. I didn't press anything.
Just take it slow. Don't get near them.
I can't fucking see. The circular arena. It's so easy to just have the camera point towards the center, man. Get out of here.
I think he does. You have to get near him to trigger.
I know, that's why I was doing that last time and you got mad at me. You remember that?
I didn't get mad. I didn't get mad.
I wasn't mad.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad.
Stop saying that I'm mad.
And then I should be able to just use it freely on the next
No.
one, right?
Well, yeah. Well, you can just jump. Yeah, you can't hit him on the ground, but you can like jump up and hit him as Omega.
Okay, that's good because we can knock him over and kill him. It's just so fucking unwieldy. It just doesn't work. They built this whole enemy. They realized the core
Thank God.
gimmick
Okay,
doesn't
wait
work.
for all three of them to fall. Guys, there they are.
Come on, just have this be it.
This has got to be it,
This
right?
has got to be it. Hey guys, that...
Is that it? Did we do it?
It's paused. It's 8 minutes. Do you see the time? That from beginning to end, that life took 8 minutes. Oh my god, we did it! Oh my god, I'm like sweating on my back.
Don't get so excited, boys. Those
were the easy ones. Thank you, Nostalgia Critic.
All right, thank you, Nostalgia Critic.
He helped us.
We're done talking about it now.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna watch Lord of the Rings because I haven't seen them since I was like 12.
Yeah, I asked if we could watch demo reel, but they didn't want to. No one wants to watch.
I really do not want to watch. Just watch that video about demo reel. It's really good.
Yeah, that video, the Lady Emily video, is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We go watch. Can we watch like one episode of Pop Quiz Hotshot? I've never seen any of that.
I think that's fun.
You fools must all have a death wish.
I like this level.
By the hands of a genius. Yeah, this level's
I'm
great.
just glad to be fucking out of that boss. We only gotta do that boss one more time.
Doctor, even if I'm not... What? Shadow the Hedgehog!
Yeah!
So, okay, let's dig into that now. Enough of the Nostalgia Critic. He's gone. He died. He fell into the plot hole and is dead. What's up with that line that Shadow just delivered? Even if I'm not real...
Did you see that line?
What did he
say?
Space!
Did you say space?
Oh.
And then it was in space, the second space was in all caps.
He's like really excited about it.
Yeah. So Shadow
space,
is now...
Something about space.
Well, see,
Falling.
Falling. What's happening here is that Shadow saw, that if you remember, after we beat Eggman, back in Rail Canyon, we saw that fake Shadow.
Yeah.
That like Shadow robot blowed up, and so now because Shadow was found in the lab, now he's starting to think he might be fake.
Oh, he thinks he's a robot, so we're planting the seed for that subplot.
Yes, this is now Shadow's. This is now the core identity issue of Shadow for this game and the next.
Just that he thinks he might be a robot.
He thinks he might be a robot.
God.
He doesn't know. Shadow is not sure if he's real or not.
Man, I honestly thought that didn't have a basis in anything prior to Shadow the Hedgehog. Nope. So
it forms here. This is where the journey to Shadow Android begins.
I am Shadow Android. This is who I am.
This is who I am. And I in charge. So Shadow is having a bit of an identity crisis.
Aren't we all Shadow? Shadow for real.
Shadow has imposter syndrome.
I like Shadow. I feel like Shadow... What?
He has imposter syndrome.
Yeah, don't we all? Listen, I was saying this to Al the other day. Shadow's very popular among, like, trans girls on Tumblr.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we had this conversation.
Oh, yeah, good. Like, the Shadow trans headcanon.
Yeah, they like...
Oh, wait, here we go.
Well, let's say it. Come on.
We're flying very high.
It's a really funny line, too, Rouge. Did you say space?
Did you say space?
I like it because, like, it suggests to me that they were going for the same... I wanted to see if I could get on top of that thing. It suggests to me they're going for the same angle that we were, of, like...
Yeah.
Shadow's like, ugh, I have these memories.
Yeah.
Space. But, like, that delivery is so completely insane. It's so completely disconnected from... Space. Check this out.
I love it. Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, this game's got a little bit of secret cool stuff.
A little bit.
A little bit.
We're up.
That was good. Was that good, everybody? Did that make you nervous?
As long as you stay clear of those markers, you're okay.
Those markers.
Aww. I wish Shadow would tell me I'm okay and not to panic.
It's gonna be okay. But yeah, they draw trans Shadow. They draw Shadow in like a dress.
It's gonna be okay, kitten. Don't worry.
There's a lot of shadow posting among trans girls. I don't know. Like, I get it.
I don't know. I get it. Like you are. Like, yeah, no, I get it.
I don't have any Shadow the Hedgehog trans headcanons or anything, but like I feel a certain kinship with Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
He's a very relatable character. couldn't even say it seriously.
He's the ultimate life form.
I'm the ultimate life form, even if I'm not real. I like that. That's
Shadow.
good. Shadow, like, he's already self-actualized, so what's the fucking point of the next game?
Yeah. So yeah,
That's
true.
like the conclusion that he comes to in the next game is like, it doesn't matter where I come from. It matters who I decide to be.
Yeah, exactly.
It's deep.
It doesn't matter. It's not about the shadow you were, but it's about the shadow you are.
Yeah. I think I still can't stop. Why?
Gave you a life and then said,
I still
"See ya."
can't stop thinking about that one post that's like, if Shadow the Hedgehog was real, I'd be so embarrassing. I'd be like, hey, I like your gun, and he'd say some raw shit like, you know, they didn't put me on the path. I wasn't put on the path of violence, but I chose to follow it.
Yeah.
So
Then
good.
I throw up and pass out.
It's like I immediately pass out. It's like, yeah, that's how it would go. I would be the same if I met Shadow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, that's a fun way to try to introduce yourself to Shadow. It's just to say, like, I like your gun.
I'm really excited to find out who voices Shadow in the movie.
Oh yeah, Chris Pratt probably, right?
I fucking would scream. I genuinely don't know who I would want to voice Shadow. Because, like, I'm already still shook by Idris Elba Knuckles.
I know.
That still is, like, an insane thing that happened.
I am Shadow Android.
Like, so it's gotta be someone with, like, a cool, deep voice.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know,
Just do the original voice actor is so perfect, though.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know they won't, because... Well, no, Tails has his original voice actress.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the current Tails.
Yeah.
It's just Sonic and Knuckles are different.
Yeah, they didn't have
What
enough
if
respect
I'm
for
surprised
Tails
I'm surprised they haven't introduced Amy. Maybe she'll be in the next one, too.
Yeah, I hope so. I like Amy. I've said this before. Amy's one of my favorite Sonic characters.
I like Amy. I've grown more fond of Amy. Holy fuck.
How do I get out of this?
You gotta land on this little tiny platform in front of you.
Just line up the camera and hold forward.
I'll take it from here.
How in the fuck did you manage this one, Ellie?